Okay, so we are just about finished mapping out the various screens for the functions that we have laid out for our messaging app. Now, recall from our original wireframe that we included something called e-commerce, and we also included a screen that would indicate how we create a brand new message, and also a screen that would indicate how we go to an existing message or an existing conversation. So let's just take for just a second here and figure out what we're missing at this point. It seems like we're missing a screen that would pop up once we hit that new message and what it would look like. So I think the easiest thing we could do right here would just simply be to get to our artboard menu, Shift O on the keyboard, and we could just essentially drag one of these over to the side here, one of these messaging apps right here. Just Alt drag that over to the side. You can try to line it up if you felt so inclined. And what we could do here is just with our move tool, we could just get rid of all this stuff here. What this could be is just like maybe we could have some sort of like sort of splash page here, some sort of like text box like greeting or something like that, right? The idea being we have this open area where we could then send our message, right? So this is just like this is the brand new chat. Now the other thing we're missing is our e-commerce, and another thing we're missing here is just what it might look, a thing for our photo and media. And again, these are fairly certain, fairly simple things to establish. I think the easiest thing might be just to simply reproduce this little keyboard thing here, and that'll give us about 8 different screens at the end of the day, and we can kind of take stock of where we're at. So once again, Shift and O, we get to our artboard here, and it's a simple matter of maybe just duplicating this once, and then maybe duplicating it twice, and leaving it there, and then we can one by one kind of take a look at these. I'm going to real quick just click on this. So this is main page reasons. I'm going to just double check I have a name for each one of these things. Main page context, that's good. Main page menu. Okay, main page reasons. Okay, in this case, I'm going to say open existing chat, right? And then over here, we could say, oops, just double check, open existing chat, right? And then right here, we call this activate keyboard, all right? And then this is right here would be open new chat or new conversation. We could call it conversation. I'm operating from the 1996 lingo when you had things like chat rooms and instant messenger, little chat programs here. Obviously, conversation. All right. Oops. Okay, and over here we can just do this. This would be okay. Here we go. So let's think here. So this will be, say for instance, our images. Now I'm just gonna real quick. Maybe we can talk about this is our photos and media. I'm gonna get into this little area here. I'll just delete all this. Here we go. Delete that. Delete this. Okay, so this is our photo and media. Let's create what maybe it might look like once we open up our media here. I think it would be simple enough just to create a series of little thumbnails for your images here. And your images like just tend to have a what it is just like if you want to just indicate that it's an image, you have this little image of a mountain here. And so I'll just real quick draw this sort of mountainy shape. And then there's usually a little moon as well, so I'll just make that slightly darker here. And there's usually like a little moon or sun as well, so you can just sort of, right. So we have that, and if you wanted to, you could just sort of offset this, maybe like -2, maybe -5 might work. Maybe even -10. Okay, and then we can just get our Pathfinder here, and -1, and change these to the same color. All right, so now we've got this, and I'll just group all this together. I'll just unify this, and we can just sort of pull this around like so. Okay. All right, and so we'll just real quick space these out, and Okay, that's good. We can just leave that there. And since it also, this will be our photo and media. And then finally our e-commerce here. All we gotta do is just maybe give like an indication of what it is we're looking at here. I think maybe instead of using a square, we could just use a circle. And we can kind of give ourselves a little, just a little indication that this is something that you'll be paying for. So maybe like a little dollar sign. And we can just increase the size of this to fit in. And that should be fine. Maybe just make it just slightly. Okay. All right, and we'll just group this. And once again, distribute these. Give a little. A row, all kinds of things we can pay for here, games, custom apps, who knows, right? And maybe we want to give ourselves a little menu here for our e-commerce as well. So maybe we can do, the last little screen we'll do is just how do we access our e-commerce from our main page, what will it look like? And once again, Shift and O. Let's double check that we've got this. This is called Access Media, or Photos, Media, and then this right here, we can call this Conversation E-commerce. And finally, we'll have one more here. Let's just drag this down. Maybe just drag this down here. Can I have it part of the same little row, just so we know what's going on? And call this main page e-commerce. And we can even just maybe take this guy over here. Let's just select this right here, just like that, and Control C, and then click on this artboard over this way here, and just Control V. Give us the opportunity to kind of like pop this right here. And we could even kind of make it seem more like this screen here for the main page at the very least. Kind of straighten it down. And we could even just link this up, like just have this be the same color. And hey, maybe even just like shrink this down since it's a different menu. Have it look for round off the corners. There we go. Cool. E-commerce, right? So we'll, yeah. All right. So once again, Shift and O, double check we've got this main page e-commerce. Okay. So I think I made a mistake in my last arrangement of our user flow. So I'm going to just start from kind of the ground up here. So I got 9 pages that I want to map out. And let's do this instead. We have all these things named something specific. So let's go to File, Export, and Export for Screens. And you'll notice something really neat. The things that we named our artboards end up being sort of transferred over to this little Export for Screens thing. So if we were to say, for instance, make a new folder, like if we go to our downloads and just new folder and say user flow for messaging app, right? And just choose this folder, select this folder here, and then obviously make sure everything's a JPEG. Just export this artboard. All these things would be exported, and we could see them one by one. We could open this up, and we could see these guys one by one in this folder here. And we can kind of see what's going on, right? And so you can see we've got our Access Photo Medias, and it's like in alphabetical order here. So if we wanted to like number them, we could have like put them on here. But there you go, right? And so you can kind of see all the different pages. So that makes it easy, therefore, to simply kind of go down here, and we could do this in Photoshop. We could do this here. I'll just do this here because I think it's easier to draw the arrows and stuff. We can open. We can just new right here, and again, once you start into this, you can resize this. I'll just make my web large here for now. And then from here, you can just drop these guys in. So we got 10, it looks like. And I'll go ahead and resize my artboard here. Let me just get my Shift and O. I'll just resize this artboard. And then over here, I'll grab all these guys. Okay, at the same time. Yeah, there we go. All right, neat. And I'll just put an effect on them. I'll just put like a drop shadow on all of them. Okay, one by one, we'll just arrange these. And we can sort of take a look and see what we're looking at here. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'm gonna just extend this out just a little bit more. And yeah, so now from here, this is where you can kind of like what's on your mind. So what I want you to do is sort of finalize this. This will be like the final wireframe user flow for this app here. And then after this, what we'll do is we'll start designing some of the pages in After Effects, and then eventually we'll start animating this. So we'll start putting our own sort of flair to this, our own sort of design to this, to give it some sort of semblance. The only thing we're doing right now is we're simply showing how things line up here. So I'm going to start putting in the wireframes. I'm going to speed this up, and you can just arrange it in any way that you feel like you want. But let's see here. All right. Okay, so that's that. So once again, we'll just put, in this case, it's the Yakin app user flow. I'll just make that real big. And yeah, let's just get that centered up here. Cool. And this will be like what we'll do. And then from here, we'll just make sure you save this. Save the most recent version of this, save this as well. You can kind of come back to it. And what we'll do here is we'll export this as a JPEG, and this will be what we turn in for this project here. Right? So this will be like the final sort of user flow for this. It looks like we just about have everything here. So we could probably put some more connections here, which obviously tapping the buttons, but the idea is that it shows you where it goes from one place to the next. All right, very cool. Can't wait to see you guys produce. We're going to have a lot of fun making this our own, and I cannot wait to see what we all come up with. All right, see you in class.